Mitzvosecha HaKosof, page Mem, Amud Beis, page 80. Page 80. Klosas HaKoinim HaOrim HaKosof. Shemema Kavodas HaKodesh Aleim HaKosof Yisod. Inyan Zois HaMitzvah, Pirush Rambam, Perik Beis Milchas Kli HaViktor, Shaloch Yud Beis Yud Gimel, Bezel HaShona, Beis Shemalichin Orim Mokim. You carry the Orim from place to place. Ein Malichin Oisei Loya Ala Behema, so Loya Ala Agolo. Not allowed to carry it on a behema or a agola, on a wagon, on an animal. Al mitzvah noitla lakosof. You have to carry it on your shoulder. Because David forgot and he took it on a wagon. Nifritz Perez Beuza. It was a story with Uzzah. Now, Rambam continues. Each coin faces each other.
The one that said walking backward.
Yeah. The what was the story of Uzzah and the stories in Divrei Yomim and Shmuel Aleph?
Yeah.
That David HaMelech decided to bring the Orim Bris Hashem to Yerushalayim, and they took it on Agola Chadosha. And they started to travel with this Tupim and Machoilus,
Dancing.
And dancing. And what happened was that at some point that's an instrument. And at some point it looked like the Orim was going to fall off the Agola. So Uzzah, which was from the Kohanim that were involved in transporting the Orim, put out his hands to make sure that the Orim, that was like a bump on the road, and the Orim flew up. He was scared that the Orim might fall off. It would be a bizoyan that the Orim falls off, maybe break. So he put his hands there that the Orim should land back on the Agola. And the Eibishter killed him. Why? Because... Yeah. Hershel, please mute yourself.
Oh no, I'm just adding on. I'm sorry. I said it's called Peretz Uzzah because of what happened to Uzzah.
Yeah. Good.
In general, yeah.
So the Rashi says that the reason, because he should have made a kal v'chomer, he should have realized that the Orim could carry the people that are carrying it. It was a miracle that people that are carrying the Orim, and not only was the heavy weight on them, but the Orim carried them. So Kol Shkein, the Orim is not going to fall off the Agola. But why? But the Chazal say it was really David HaMelech's fault. He made a mistake with something that he should have known better. What kind of thing putting it in Agola? It's forbidden to put it on a Agola. That's why Pashas Nasoi, when they got Agolas, so Moshe Rabbeinu gave it to Bnei Gershon and gave it to Bnei Merari. He didn't give any Agolas to Kohos. Why? Because of Yisod, they have to carry it because of.
Yeah.
So Moshe, so
Why was David on this?
Can answer all the kashas in one sentence. That's why we have a long Maamar. We have 3 oasis in the Maamar. So this is a beautiful story that the Alter Rebbe deals with. How could what's the pshat in the story? How could David HaMelech make a mistake?
Yeah.
Something which is so partial. David HaMelech was upset, so he put it in base Oived Edem Agiti. He put it in someone's house, and he said, "I don't want to take the Oren to Yerushalayim. It's a liability." Then after 3 Chadoshim, he heard everyone was saying that Vivorach Hashem is based on Oived Edem Agiti. Everyone's saying that this person that took the Oren in his house, him and his family, is experiencing unbelievable blessings. So David the Melech said, let's bring it to Yerushalayim. But the end of the story is in Divrei Hayomim. It's in Shmuel Perek Vav and Divrei Hayomim Perek Vav. And over there it says that he told the Kohanim that we made a mistake. We made a mistake the first time because we put it on Agola. So now we'll do it the Kosov, we'll do it the right way. And that's what they did. They did it the right way. They carried it Kosov, and again they were singing and dancing and using instruments, and that's David Mekarke B'chalois. The end of the story is that he was dancing coming into Yerushalayim, and Michal Bashal was looking from the window, and she gave him Musar that he was dancing like one of the Prosta guys, one of the Poichazim. Okay, that was the end. That was the story. So that's the story of Peretz Be'uzas. That's what the Rambam is saying. The Rambam says when you carry the Orim Makam, you're not allowed to carry the behema on Agola. It has to be because of. All the Meforshim ask a simple question: why is it something that stands out by the Orim? They ask. This is the Meforshim bring this question was asked at Reb Avraham, the Noishal Rambam. So we know that Reb Avraham, the son of the Rambam, was a big Talmid Chacham, and he learned with his father. And we know a lot of the questions that were asked about the Rambam had already passed away. So Reb Avraham answered many of the shaylas. So they asked, I don't know. Right.
His father is very next to him.
Right.
Is that unset or it's also?
I don't think there's fakers about that. I don't know. That we have to look it up. That his son, Reb Avraham, was a Gaon Otzum, and his grandson was taken was a Nogid. Grandson was taken not a Gaon like his father and his grandfather. He was a rich man, and he was a big Baal Tzedakah. In Shuas, we were talking about him because the story was that he brought Reb David. So that's the story. So they asked about Avraham, how could your father say that there's a special mitzvah to carry the Oren Bakosek? Everyone, the menorah, the shulchan, everything was a mitzvah to carry it by Kosef. So why? No, the Agolot was only for the Kroshim and for the Yerias. But the Bnei Kahos, right, for the Kroshim and for the Yerias. And the Bnei Kahos carried the Oren, the Shulchan, the Mizbachos, the Oren, they carried everything. So why is it that the Rambam makes, Kilu, this is a mitzvah b'fnei atzmai? So,
Thank you. Right here. In the right place.
Thank you.
I would love it. I'm going to charge you.
Hey, one second.
Okay. Stay in the chair. No, again, you have to go back to work. It's locked. Guys. Join the chair. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Huh? Yeah. That what?
There's no
Melkin? Yeah, we were talking about it from that. Você sagt mit Rachmona.
Thank you.
Very nice.
He said, without this Shabbat, what to give any cost for the profit?
He was once stuck in
I
the.
told him. That's first. Then if I was a soldier. Because I had flesh, you know. Good luck.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Stick up for you.
Ishkach.
Stack.
Okay. He was once stuck in the Bronx for Shabbos. Oh yeah, right.
Well, boy, that Chashem. Listen.
Azoi daf menton. It's very important. People don't realize how important.
Yeah, and he's like this.
No, this is the
Very,
trick.
very nice.
Very important. Very important.
Come
People don't realize how important it is,
My father is this.
especially Eden.
Yeah.
Yeah, for doing colonoscopy.
Now
Very,
they
very
have-
important.
Now they have even simpler procedures.
I know, but it's still no substitute for the real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they have small pre-tests.
You can't do by Kadek, yeah.
I know people that can't do it. They put down a camera.
You people, please. Let me see.
So Rabbi Avram ben Rambam used to answer questions. He said, it's my father held that the mitzvah of carrying it on the in the Mekosef was only for the Oren. And the other thing was only for that generation. The shaila is where did the Rambam take it from? And what's Taket Svara? That in that generation, the Midbar was a mitzvah to carry everything Mekosef. But once they went into Eretz Yisrael, mitzvah leheges ladoidus is only for the Oren. Who told the Rambam that that's true? Who told the Rambam that that's the Metzias? And then what's the svara for that? So the Rebbe says there's a truma from the Shoyer Lomeshim.
Killing the spot of the old, even up, the wing.
That's all. The Kalim, each one is their own thing.
Thank you.
So why is the Rambam saying? Why is the Rambam saying that the mitzvah is in the Oren? Instead of Avram ben Rambam says, but the Rabbi Avram said that, and the Derech Mitzvosecha Shiur, that the words of Rabbi Avram is directly from his father.
You can take your
And Menon that so he said that my father said that the mitzvah on the menorah was only for that generation, but the mitzvah is not again Yisrael.
The Owen is even
Yeah. The shaila is who told the Rambam such a thing.
Which boy?
Yeah. Take a big portion. It's really good shalom. It's fresh shalom. So who told the Rambam this? Who told this to the Rambam? And what's talking the svara? Where did he get it from? So the Rebbe says it's a tshuva in the Shoyer Lomeshim. He writes, "Mashikosav Rambam Hilchas Kliya Mikdash Kshoy Noisim Alavim Es Orna Noisim Noisim Ponim Keneged Ponim." And the another thing is that it was Ponim Keneged Ponim. But Nimtzah Mekoyder. Whoever said that it has to be Ponim? Number one,
Who did actually took it from?
the Rambam. Who told the Rambam that it has to be
Where from Russia?
Ponim Keneged Ponim? Where do you know that from? There's no pasuk. And who told you that it's a? So the Hagon Reb Menachem Mendel Malabavich Omar. Shecame of word b'medrash Rabbah Pashas Bamidbar. V'dvore v'divrei piv chen. So, the Sholameshim. Sholameshim was the Rov and Lvov, which is one generation, which is about the same generation as the Tzemach Tzedek. Yeah, so Lachoyda, he lived very far from Lubavitch. He lived very, very far from Lubavitch. Today, from Lvov to Lubavitch, I don't know, it's an airplane ride of 1 hour. But back then, what happened?
No, there was no email.
Yeah. So he said, the Rebbe said, huh? No. Tzemach Tzedek, he was in the same generation. So he says, maybe there were Chassidim that came back and said, "My mom from the Tzemach Tzedek." He said, maybe there is this truth is written by Yid Reb Moshe and Yasin. The Alter Rebbe had a chosed, his name was Reb Moshe Yasin. The Alter Rebbe once had sent one of his Talmidim. Alter Rebbe sent it. And the Alter Rebbe sent one of his Talmidim, and he sent them to Romania. Again,
Russia
today, from Lyozhna to Romania, it's an hour and a half plane ride. Well, it's not a big deal. Half the way, it's big deal. It's less than from here to Florida. Okay, but when the Alter Rebbe sent a chassid, he said, "I don't want you to come back until you bring me a chassid."
Wow.
Obviously, the Alter Rebbe had in mind something. He saw this, and he came back with this at Moshe. Moshe was a Yid, which I'm worried to get on the Chochem. And he used to come every year to Lubavitch. When he was older, he used to come to the Tzemach Tzedek. And he always came with a big group. He used to go Romania, Hungary. And he used to collect Yidden on the way, and he used to come with a huge amount. And the Tzemach Tzedek used to say especially citizen. People came from the moon to Lubavitch. Came from Romania, from Hungary to Lubavitch. It's like saying today, someone came from the moon. And this Reb Moshe was Weisus a größer Talmid Chacham. No, sure. And Weisus, this was a tshuva. There's a long tshuva, many other shaylas. And among this is the shayla. So Weisus, he had a kesher with the Sholem Meshu. So Mamela, maybe he was telling over my modern to the Sholem Meshu. It's very interesting. Okay. So what's talking the Medrash? The Medrash says the Medrash is a Medrash in Breishis Rabbah. The Medrash says Omer b'Shmuel b'Reb Yitzchak yesh davar ma'ila b'Shevet Levi or b'Mishpachis Kahos she'em b'Chol Yisrael. There was something special about the family of Kahos. Ketzad kol hashvotim leyichbes lahem b'kli beis hamikdash b'shifta shalevi toina b'kli hamikdash. So therefore Kahos was special. Dover acher kama shifta shalevi ma'ila miyisrael sheYisrael mahalchem lavushim sandol shifta shalevi sheyotunim b'kli hamikdash mahalchem yachefim. When they used to carry, they wanted to do the mitzvah so special, so they didn't wear shoes and socks. They were carrying it, and the feet were touching the ground. Then he says, Shoya ben Levi noisem asoya akroshim abrichim adonim kol davar lagolas. Aber mishpachas kaos hoyatoinem bekisfeim shaloi l'rishus litan ha'oren al agola. That they had no permission to put the oren al agola. They put it bekisfeim. Ve'oid hoyamayla mecholavim shkolavim ha'toinem beklei mishka mahalchim kedarka. Upneim kederech v'neged aderech, aber bnei kahos mahalchem acherem upneim la'orim, kedei shelo yilitein ocher la'orim. That there were two things special about the Yevek and the Hos. Number one, they carried the orim because, and number two, when they carried it, it was face to face. There was no acharayim. So we see from the Medrash that the Medrash singles out the Orim. There was something special about the Orim, that they carried Dafka the Orim. And they carried it in the way if they were Ponim Keneged Ponim. So this is, the Tzemach Tzedek says, a mocker to what the Rambam says, that there was Dafka, there was something with the Orim. Why Dafka the Orim? Because the other Kalim, it was just a question of how you transfer the Kalim. How do you get it from here to here? You get it here to there, you have to carry it. Because the Oren, the Rebbe says it was a din in the Oren. It was in the Chefes and not in the Gavra. The Oren always has to have a mechubadik place. The Oren always has to be a Sefer Torah, always has to be a Yid respects the Sefer Torah. That's why we learn from this halacha that the Rambam learns elsewhere, that whenever you travel in a Sefer Torah, you're not allowed to stop put it. You have to keep it in a place. And therefore, when the Oren traveled, I was like, whenever you traveled, the Oren was there because of that was the mokim of the Oren. That was the mokim. The mokim of the Oren was the kosef. It wasn't that it was in transit. The other things was just how do you get it from here to there? You travel. So these things you put in the golos, and here things you carry. By the Oren, the kosef was the mokim of the Oren. That was the mokim of the Oren. So therefore, it's something which stands out. It was a mitzvah miyuchedes that was dafka, and the Rambam learns it from the Medrash and the Svara is that it's a din not in the Gavra. How the Levim going to get the stuff from here to there? It's a din in the Chefza that this is the place of the Oren. The Rebbe says here we see sometimes in Nigla Siddur, the whole thing in today's Maamar is about that the union of the Maamar Maseh HaKosof is that it has to be ponim keneged ponim. There's no acharayim. It's no, the Indian of the Oren, the Oren itself had no Acharayim. So we're going to learn in a second that this was a nes. It says that there were 6 things that were created, 7 things that were created by Hashmoshes. And the Mishnah says, Aksov, Amichtav, V'aluchas. What's Aksov, Amichtav, V'aluchas? So the Bartanura says the Ksov is the alphabet in the Luchas. V'amichtav is that you could read it from all sides, not the pshat from the front to the back, also from the sides, from 6 directions. And the Tosfos Yom Tov says that it's something that a human brain cannot understand how it happened. So besides the fact that usually if you write letters on the front, it reads one way and the back it reads the other way. There was no acharayim, and you can read it from 6 directions. Why? Because the union of the Oren is the luchas, and the luchas had no idea of acharayim. It was all ponim, and so therefore, because the main thing of the Oren is the union of luchas, which is only ponim, so therefore, also when you carried the Oren, it has to be ponim keneged ponim. There's no acharayim. What you want to say? What? Right, but the Rambam was not that way. Rashi doesn't say, but the Rambam says, and that's what Tzedek says, the market is Medrash. The Rambam passes this way lehilchas. I know. Rabbi Alocha, that's the way it is.
We're always supposed to use like the Rabba.
In these Alochas, yeah, because we don't have a Shulchan Aruch that argues otherwise. Well, because the kinder let him have shot. So if Rashi doesn't say anything, so that's it. But versteht sich, a yid that's not by Chomesh Mikra and learning the sugya has to learn with the Rambam. You don't have another Rishon that talks about it. In the Bartanur and Toises Yomtet Perikei de Ovis Mishnah Vav. Shoy Nikra Mechol Arbets Dodem. Visim Sham Toises Yomtet B'Shem Aramemi Panu. Shoy is a Meisel Kim built to Meshur B'Sichleinu. The Rame Panu says that if you go to average shul, the Rame Panu lived in Italy 700 years ago. So he says if you go to the average shul, there's always someone that painted on the walls the luchas. He says that a Nar Cotton could do. A little boy could take a paintbrush and see it done for 1 hour. Said, but the luchas, it was something that built the Mishur B'Sichleinu.
Even the sign exit, that you see everywhere. I always wonder, you're looking for me, it's actually, you look at us and that's possible.
But this was from Alazite, Ramagazan, so therefore it was Ponim B'li Ochab. Aina Shaloi Hoyben Bechinas Ponim V'Ochab. Havin Yonah. Beheg the Maamar Azal, Neblas Chochma, Shalamayla Toira. Okay, so let's summarize. We said that Rambam says that there's a mitzvah to carry. The reason I'm picking this mitzvah, why am I picking this mitzvah today? Because when Chodesh Tammuz, we're getting into Shiva Asar B'Tammuz. So it's something to do with the Avodah in the Beis HaMikdash. Bli Neder, hopefully we'll finish this Maamar. Hopefully Mashiach won't be here. What's the difference? This mitzvah is not going to change. And so I'd like that the Mitzvah Shem will do this Maamar, and then hopefully we'll finish it. And then in the 3 weeks we could also do the other Maamar, which is Binyan Beis HaMikdash. So this will be Negeya, because hopefully so the Rebbe had a big thing that in the Chodesh Tammuz, especially in the 3 weeks, we should learn the things in the Beis HaMikdash. So I figured let's learn this Maamar Maseh HaKosof, which is 3 oisius, and then in Mitzvah Shem B'li Neder we'll learn the Maamar of Binyan Beis HaMikdash, which is also 3 oisius. So hopefully we'll finish it like the week after Tisha B'Av. Okay. I'm sorry, I went back. Chazal say that there's Chachma Shalamayla and then it's like just like it says that the Moshe Rabbeinu got rich because the Eibusha showed him that under his tent there was not Pidyon, there was a rock which is like an expensive rock, and he chiseled the luchas and the salt on Kusasher Moshe, from the extra rocks that were left, he sold it to the beer company, and they sold it to the Americans, because the Americans helped them that a diamond is forever. And
Supplemental. They lived under a non-income, they wouldn't have been, but what's the most Shiur spending in Savos? We haven't did one. It's the very nice shit. The light show is one. No, we're even in the same boat, though. And then I call it most of the distributed divide had fun. So that's a nice gift open to the Berlin.
What's this?
why does Moshe have to be rich?
But they know where they're headed.
Why is
What's it to him? He's on the land. I didn't see the story.
But they knew they weren't there permanently. Why did they
They
take
were all
wealth out of
protected. They
their?
had everything they needed. It's like the
But why is it
first
question
got
on
eight,
that?
then he has $1 million. At the Chigaday Na'elia was after $1 million.
They weren't staying there. Why did
Okay,
they
I'll
take
answer
wealth
your
out of
shayla.
Mitzrayim?
It's one of the choshest Yidden on planet Earth. There's a Chavir. I see him at Avon in 770 and talk at Avon Chashos. Kam was an S. So Uvid the Lakim, Mamish, it's hard to imagine there's a Yehudi Isha could be like this. And I'm unbelievable to have this COVID. Okay. The other day, I hear the kids talking in the kitchen, and to someone that's very choshev. I don't know who they were talking about. Why is it so choshev? Well, as a gewir. So I'm thinking to myself, so what's negay as a gewir? Why is it choshev to you? What's the big deal? So I'll tell the back. Aber weistois, but that it should to the Yanuko. Little kids talk, you hear what they're saying. That when Emet says an Oshir, is a Zeh Choshev. Okay? Moshe Rabbeinu hat gedav sein der Rebbe, nicht nur für Mordechai Klein. Moshe Rabbeinu hat gedav sein der Rebbe für alle Yid. Und so do Yiden, was bei sich, du bist ein Oshir, ist a Gewalt. Und du bist nicht kein Oshir, is nicht as a gewaltig. So he had to be the Rebbe of alle Klal Yisrael. So therefore Moshe Rabbeinu had gedav sein an Oshir.
Isn't that
Isn't
that a thing that we're supposed to respect rich people?
Moshe Rabbeinu was the first thinker.
Rich. To that.
Okay. Okay, let's read. Let's go back.
Don't give any.
Exactly. Reden wir über den. Komm lernen den Maamar. Right. That's what I'm saying. Because the other day we were learning about it. One of the requirements of a Navi, when we were saying that there was a zaytik azach, it wasn't an integral part of the Navi's. It's just that because unfortunately there's a lot of human beings that respect people. That's why he has to be tall, he has to be handsome, he has to be rich, and he has to be this. Because the Eibishter wanted that Moshe should be that way because he wanted they should be the Rebbe of all Eden. So that's it.
Bush Rabbeinu said, Kola, the Aaron model. Aaron was also a Navi, so he had money.
He was a Kohen. Kohen Gadol has to be rich also.
Yeah, but so why did he say that Aaron did not have it? It's not.
No, he just said that. Okay, let's learn the Maamar. Sorry, we can talk about it soon. I mean, in Yonah, we have the Maamar Azal. Let's understand what Chazal say. Chazal say, that whatever falls off of the Chokmah Shalamayla, that's Torah. Shalachoyda ain't moving Maamar Maseh I don't understand. Ain't moving Maamar Maseh Torah b'chinas nevlis levad. Dog tzibei etz l'shashuyim. Chazal say that the Torah is shashuyim shel Kadosh Baruch Hu. That's a pshat in the pasuk. The Torah is the Eibish's delight. Etz lo davke. The pasuk says miskekes l'chonav davke. Harisha mitzvah shashuyim shel Kadosh Baruch Hu b'chvoide be'atzmei v'lo nevlis levad. Shenevlis b'chinas chayim v'chitzonis levad. Chinyan the shnei memes. Both are true. The Maamar Maseh nevlis chachma shalamayla Torah. Koyel Torah shnitten lona shagami v'chinas chachma l'kiz Baruch Hu m'lobeshes ba. That there is Torah the way it's nevlis. It falls on. It's something. Little pieces of diamond that fall off from the big diamond. It's something small that falls off. Like we say that Moshe Rabbeinu understood only not the pnimis of Chachma, only the Acharaim of Chachma. Kamashkatsav is a pasuk said Moshe Berisa Zachor Repone Lo Yira Acharaim the Abba or the Abba's Chachma. Repone Lo Yira Shebchinas pnimis Abba Shem Lo Yira Moshe Shem Asaga. Moshe could not see, in other words, he could not grasp in the pnimius of Chachma. Vereza Lamaylam Chachma Lakushin is Gala Lamoshe. So that's like the Torah Shalafanenu. On the Kalmakim Sham Dafke Bepnimius Abba Sherish HaTorah. But the pnimius of Chachma, that's the real Sherish HaTorah, V'tachlisa. Vikir Valzen Nemer Ve'yitz L'Shashuim. So the Alter Rebbe is saying that Torah, it's true, Torah has two levels in it. Torah has the pnimius and the Chitza and the Acharaim of Torah. So the truth is, in every level, it's not ultimately, but in every level of Torah, we say, the Alter Rebbe says that when you embrace someone, it makes no difference if you're touching their skin or if they're wearing a shirt. You wouldn't say that if the person's undressed, we got very close. The person's wearing an undershirt, we're a little closer. If he's wearing an undershirt and a tzitzis and a shirt and a sweater and a coat, so now we're a little further apart. That would be silly. Because what's the difference if he's wearing an undershirt or he's wearing 5 shirts? If we feel close and we hugged each other, how could you say so in the one hand we say Lagabi Torah, that the Torah is the way the Torah is the chitzonius. In every world where Torah is, there's the chitzonius of the Torah, which is like the chokhmas of Torah, and then there is the godliness in the Torah. On every level, there is the kedusha of the Torah. The Gewalt of Torah is beyond me. If me and you are learning now a Maamar, we're learning. Yesterday we were learning a Gemara and a Ramban, 2 opinions. So we understand there's 2 opinions in the Ramban. How to learn the Gemara, but there is the lakus, there is the pnimius of it. So the truth is, on the one hand, we say it doesn't matter, even if we didn't. But if you machabik as samelach, what's the difference if he's wearing 1 labush or 10 labushim, right? If you love someone and you're embracing each other, who cares? On the other hand, but the Torah has a pnimius, has an oimik. Basically, there is the lakus b'Torah. So there is the charaim sheb'Torah and there's the pnimius sheb'Torah. Reading Yanatik Loshen Azov Begeres HaKodesh. Apostle Oiter Kesalma Dafta Zvav Zel Hashem V'Inep Charaim L'Cho Lakus Baruch L'Besha B'Tiag Mitzvah Torah Nikbet Shem Charaim L'Chofma. Kol Charaim Sheb'Sfiris Medreges Chetzonis V'Tachtonis V'Maylish B'Sfiris Zu Ashuch L'Lered L'Spasha L'Mata L'Slabish B'Debruim L'Akiyosem Chensponim. The pnimius of every Sfira Atzim Mechetz V'Matzil Baruch Hu. B'Tachlis Yichud B'Gon Derech Moshe Sfiris Avotna. Shemechedus b'matzilav ain't say baruch hu betachlis. He gives him kadosh baruch hu b'chomas hef kadosh baruch hu. U'masheherim es basham b'chomas says baruch lamata b'taftonim shehem bali vul betachlis mislab b'shem nikra chanayim. There is something that's called a chanayim, which is he's going down and he's revealed in the place of vul, of limitation. Nikra gam came b'chinas asiyah shabatzilus pidish derech Moshe kamosh b'adam tach shesh mishmasa he madreges. Juda Mailam Azushem, Chenes Aseichel, Yumidis, Machav, Dibur Maisa, Maisa, Taftoin Shubekulam. Shachayas and the Spashan, Manasham, Lubish Bekoch Maisu, Kayan, Lagabi Achayas and the Spashan, Manu, Lubish Bekoch Hadibur. The highest that a person that comes out from a person into his Maisa is much less than goes into his Dibur. Shkayan, Lagabi Achayas and the Spashan, to Malubish Bemashava, Yumidis, Veseichel, Kena, Derech Moshe Mamish, Ubechinach Tasmos is Baruch Mashruchel, the Spashan, Menal Ashpia, Betaftoin, Kulam Kain legabe b'chinas aponim am yuchid b'maitzel baruch hu dekula kamei lo choshev ashpon lechol nevreim kulam shem balik vul v'tachnas nach sheves yiride v'tzimtzum kavyochel legabe amaitzel and baruch hu derech Moshe Moshe nashev yiride v'tzimtzum l'seichel adam amatzumtzum v'eize asiya gashmis v'chumris mamish lechein Moshe Rabbeinu olav shalom shehisig ad acharaim d'chochma zocher shetenos al yod ha'toyre shem noivles chochma shalamayla Pidish Masheneuvel v'Yored l'Mato l'Slavish b'Toyre Gash Mishalono she'ikre v'Tachliso ki mitzvahs aloyta se v'aseh v'poyel mamish K'mayim arayim la'asoisa. The God will tell him it should make the day ma'isa. V'aloyim et shaloy mana shaloy lasses noich lo shenepecha shel yosem. What it says, a person that learns, he's not planning to do. The noich would have been better for him that the placenta in his mother's womb would have turned over. He wouldn't live. Huh? The Eibishter who made the Atzilus. B'chol odem muchrich l'sgalgol shikayim chol triag mitzvahs b'poel mamish ad kol nazayim l'shoyna. From the Alter Rebbe. K'muvim ized shtavke b'chinas time ha-Torah sh'tzgal Moshe Rabbeinu b'shalom. Shalzeo akivim ba'amar noi chochmas alapuz baruch hu malubish b'triag mitzvah Torah u'shenikar b'chinas acharayim noivlus l'chochma. Even what was revealed to Moshe Rabbeinu in the ultimate Pagabed Eibishter, we're saying that's called acharayim. Shemashi yuchel is pashim emena b'tachtonim ba'alei gvul. It's something that could reach the ba'alei gvul. And therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu Bechlal, Iker Taimei Torah, Moshe B'dias Atzma Kivyochel, the Iker of Taimei Torah, the way the Eibishter knows it, Zel Pnimis HaChochma. V'al Zeh Nemar Upona Lo Yero, it's not Nizgala even to Moshe Rabbeinu. It's not Nizgala even to Moshe Rabbeinu.
Moshe Rabbeinu knew all the explanation of the mitzvahs, and he said in one of the required Maamar, basically Moshe Rabbeinu that the most of the business with the whole child and the son.
Listen, skip the bracket. L'chein lo yobeh b'chinas ponim v'ocher.
So what?
Yeah.
But the mice, literally,
I'm sorry, I skipped a little too much. V'hinei halucha sheba'oren nimshach b'chinas pnimius. The luchas of the Oren were directly from the pnimius of the Eibishter. Bezois malosim yisera la Torah shelofeni aksuv de bosav adam. Ki avaluchas ksiv michtav alakim. V'lachein lo yoyev ezeh b'chinas ponim v'ocher gam begashmis. There was no acharayim over there. Everything, every level in Torah, there is the ponim and there's the ocher. Just like a human being, there is a ponim, and then there is the acharayim, not the ponim. By the luchas came down directly from the pnimiya shalamaylo. There's michtav alakim. Therefore, also the gashmias shel neged asech liz ksuvim mishnei abreim v'niyah nikroim mikol tzedodeim. From all sides, it was read b'shava. Elamach mazgila b'chinas ponim ha'elyim. V'lechein it's lavina lotzes ha'oren ala HaKosof. L'kchaber or l'yachid ha'saksofayim shem b'chinas acharayim al avodas HaKodesh, which is Chochem Eloah B'chinas Ponim, Shemehem Nimshechu Alucha Shabaran Ad Kam Teichen Dvorev. So, just to summarize, Torah, there is the Torah comes down, and then there's the Pnimis of Torah. It's the ultimate, and on every level, there is what I understand the Torah. I'm learning Torah tonight. How much did I understand? I go home, I share with the family. We learned a story about Uzzah, Rambam, Avram, Moshe Yassi, Pnimis, Chitzonis, the Rabbilia, but the emphasis in that Chitzonis is the Pnimis, like the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, that when you embrace someone, so even though it's Malubish V'kamas Lavushim, you're embracing it. The way we see Torah, we always see it like this. We see it from the Acharayim to the Pnimis. We start from Acharayim. And then, through the Acharayim, we see the Pnimius. We learn the Gemara, Rashi, Tosfos. We learn the Rambam and the Tzemach Tzedek. We see it this way. We look up. In the Luchis, it was directly from the Pnimius, Shalamayla, and it came into this world. And therefore, it was a nest. The way it was in this world, you can read it from all four sides of the Luchis and read the same Oisius, which is something that a human man cannot understand how it happened. It was a nest. It was a nest. There was something which was a nest. Oh God, that's probably, if we say, what happened Ben Hashmoshes? We're learning all about Ben Hashmoshes these days. Ben Hashmoshes is like a funny time. So Ben Hashmoshes is something with the Eibishter,
only you know exactly what it means.
So it's like, it's Hecha from the Bria. So, there's very opposites. Ben Hashmoshes, either the Mazikim were created, or something spectacular. So, something spectacular. So, Aksav and Michtav Aluchas, something spectacular. The Pnimiyim Shalamayla is not a nimshach into this world. And that's why also when they carried the Oren, which the Oren is the place of the Luchas, there's no such thing as a Charayim. And when they carried the Mizbeah, when they carried the Menorah, there was a Charayim. If you're walking in front, if you're the Kohen walking in front, and I'm walking behind you, so I don't see your face, you're facing that way, and I'm facing you, you're a Charayim. But by the Oren, that was forbidden. The Oren, the idea was to be face to face, which is to be mechaber, that there should be no acharayim. It should be only ponim al ponim, the idea of ponim al ponim. Because the luchas is where it was nisgalot to the Yidden, the ponim al yoim. But the important thing to take away is that the truth is that even when there's a acharayim in Torah, the ikir in the Torah is always the ponim. But pnimius in the Torah is always, it's not only about the understanding. Sometimes I didn't fully understand. I didn't fully understand the Tosfos. I didn't fully understand the Maamar. But what's the difference? If ein chiluk, machavek melech, if I'm machavek with one labush or 10 labush. Okay, David shall help. We should always learn Torah in that way, that we realize that we're learning Torah, that even though we're right now, we're looking up, we're seeing the Charaim of Torah, but really in the Torah, there's the Pnimius of the Torah. The Pnimius is the Eibush himself.
Sure. We'll have a lot of quiet from our soldiers down. Put in the boat. We put it in the front. Never the cities.
They realize that practically speaking, walking backwards has
It's a downfall. It's a downfall.
You don't see there should be a deal of that nature in Bonn.
No, it's not one of the bodies. It was the doctor Patrick. So it's some kind of composition. That's not.
No, Morty, you ready to put the stuff on your shoulders? Garden on your shoulders? That's one is called.
I thought that this book is about mitzvahs from the 613.
This is one of the 613 mitzvahs. The Rambam counts as one of the 613 mitzvahs. Shkach for joining us.